Hi everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play BioShock 2! Last time, we ended up arriving in Popper's Drop, getting ourselves the camera, and getting trapped here. This episode, we're going to explore a little bit more. But first things first, I want to be a little bit of a looky-loo. Now, if you go inside here, there will be a splicer trying to open the safe, so what's the best way to deal with him? Why, shoot him in the head, like so. Now, one thing about this safe, the moment you end up getting that safe open, there will actually be a splicer that ends up coming out, and another one that will end up going there. And two splicers will always spawn down there whenever you're in this room for the first time. I don't really see a reason to come inside here after that, but get rid of you. And the other one, as you can see right now, I'm trying to find it, but I couldn't find it. But here is Therapy with Grace 1. This audio diary is about the first therapy session that Grace Holloway had with Dr. Sophia Lamb. It involved asking her to basically wear a little blue butterfly. And basically, due to Lamb's manipulation, we'll find a little bit more about that later. But for right now, set up the traps right there if you want to take care of the person. So, hack the safe, like so. Dude. One last one. Boom. And, ooh, anti-Big Daddy weapons. So quickly take the one right there, and he get killed. Now, there is one more person that we're actually going to have to deal with, so keep that in mind. So grab those, because, you know, I need to keep those. So, as you can see, that splicer will always spawn right there once you come out of the room after you hack the safe. It's always that way. So here's me killing him. Pretty obvious. So, yet again, I like to apologize for the fact that this is post-commentary, but, you know, fates and everything not wanting me to do it. So, now that we have the research camera, we can actually make our way over to the Sinclair Deluxe. Of course, I believe I end up making a little bit of sidetracks. Because if you I know that the Big Daddy's around here, but I can't find him. Where is he? I want to kill the Daddy. Just like I want to kill this person right here. And the funny thing is, you know, I could use anti-personnel rounds, but in the entirety of Popper's Drop, I don't think I use anti-personnel rounds against any of the splicers that are, like, you know, vulnerable to it. I don't know why I do that. I always forget about it. I fix it in the later parts, believe me, because those are live commentary, but, what can you do, right? So, let's go around here and see if we can find that Daddy, because I want my own little sister. That'd be nice. My own little girl. I don't know why I was going over to the corpse right there. Come on, what are you doing past me? You're acting just rather silly. So, let's walk on over now to the Sinclair Deluxe, but I believe I get the Big Daddy later on, actually. I know when I get the Big Daddy. So, right now we're going to be heading on over to the Sinclair Deluxe. Pretty much in Popper's Drop and anywhere, just keep the camera out as a stationary, because what the camera will do is it will automatically default to the last main weapon you had. And yes, that actually does include the hacking tool, because there is a different one, but here we have the second level, the increased wallet size. So now our wallet is increased to $999 pretty much in its entirety. And that actually brings me on to something. I never understood why in our case, like, why do we need a bigger wallet? Why can't we just carry the max right away? I mean, come on, we can carry these weapons in goddamn hammer space, but not $999. That's stupid. I don't think I've actually ever maxed out 999 in BioShock 2, but I've come really damn close because it's really easy to do, believe me. Especially once you take out the Big Daddies, which are surprisingly easy. So the reason why I ended up getting the camera was all entirely for one thing and one thing only. As you can see, I'm taking it out right now because I wanted to get a little bit more research for the brute splicers, because once you go through right here...
Piss off and
Well, sport, I guess Gracie's home, but that big lug just dropped half my damn hotel in your way. Now, to break through that mess, I expect you're gonna have to work out how he got so burly.
And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually something we'll discover.
Since you already laid your hands on a genetic research camera, this next part will be easier. That's it, son. Camera spits out a prize once in a while as you learn what makes a splicer tick. Now, find one of those big old brutes and take them out on film. Before long, you'll be able to brush aside that mess at the hotel.
Yes, we'll have those 3 audio dialogues play once you get the camera earlier than you're supposed to. that's part of the reason why I want to do it, because I just wanted to show it off. But that will always happen if you get the camera before you come to the Sinclair Deluxe. Really, I just wanted to get a little bit more research for the Brute Splicer, because every little bit helps when trying to get to the level 4 for it. The level 4 tonic that you get for the Brute Splicer is actually really helpful. It's the Armored Shell 2 tonic, which reduces physical attacks greatly. But go right here, and we have Wrong Side of the Tracks. This is by Augustus Sinclair. This is Sinclair talking about the history of what the Pauper's Drop was. Pauper's Drop, as I said in the last part, was originally just supposed to be a small little town just for the construction of the Atlantic Expressway. No one was meant to live long-term here. Unfortunately, though, as Sinclair puts it, when you're down and out in Rapture, you don't really have that many options. As a result, many of the people here actually end up following Lamb a lot more, because Lamb basically appealed to the poor people a lot more down here, since, you know, everyone down here was so down and out, they couldn't really do anything. And there's the daddy. Now notice, oh no, he does have a little sister with him. So, this was me at my point. I was deciding, do I want to take him out? Do I want to take him out? Well, I've already got this barrel, and I can't put it down nicely. So, have a present, my good man. And now we are in a battle against a goddamn Rosie, which means time for my anti-Big Daddy rounds. Now, recommended plasmids to use in this is telekinesis, for the simple fact that on rare occasions, he'll throw goddamn mines. Something that I don't know why Rosies decide not to do in this game, when in the last game, they were so goddamn mine happy. Now, Rosies are actually extremely weak to heavy rivets to the face. Their faces are actually very, very weak compared to the rest of a Big Daddy in general. So, in fact, I believe they're the only Big Daddies that can get the most damage done to them based on a headshot, if I am remembering correctly. Well, compared to the other Big Daddies we're going to be dealing with in the game. So, since I'm done with that, I decide, oh, now he throws a mine. Notice how whenever he throws a mine, I'm going to be, you know, not having that weapon. But I just realized at the end, I didn't research this bastard. Whoops. And there we go. I should have been researching him from the beginning, otherwise I would have probably gotten a level up. But oh well, so. Hello, little girl. So, now we have a new little sister, and we can do 2 gathers. I'm going to be doing the 2 gathers actually in the next episode, and for right now, I'm going to be researching the bodies. What I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to be cutting out gathers, because honestly, they're not really that worthwhile. There's only one gather I'm going to be showing, ladies and gentlemen, and that gather is when I get the Master Protector Trophy in this game. The Master Protector Trophy is obtained by not receiving any damage during a gather, and your little sister not getting interrupted. A lot harder than it sounds, and actually there are certain ways you can get it. I got lucky on this one since I'm on hard mode. So, at this point, what we have to do for our mission is we have to find one of those big guys. And, so it would happen, that arrow is going to be pointing us to where that big guy is. So we're in luck. But, keep in mind, the moment we go through this door, we'll actually have a scripted event. And I got extremely lucky with this scripted event. So, what happens when you go through here, and when you go through the other door on this side, why, we're gonna meet another little friend, the Rosie.
Using that camera's a bit like telling a joke. Each time you tell it the same way, it gets a little more stale, so you gotta change it up to keep it fresh.
Yes, so this Big Daddy is scripted right there, and notice that he was getting a lot of damage. For some odd reason with this Big Daddy, he will get damage when you're not damaging him, and it will count as research bonuses. I do not understand why this is the case. And it's only in this case will the Big Daddy, because the splicers are counting on your side. If you have something like a turret, for example, or a security bot attacking it, the research camera will increase for its, you know, research that is being gathered. In this case, though, for this Big Daddy, it counts for it. So, pretty much take out this Big Daddy. I got extremely lucky because sometimes this Big Daddy does not have a little sister with him, so he must have just actually done it. And what do I actually end up getting once I end up doing this? This was something that caught me completely off guard in this run. It is, well, crying little sister, but the Granddaddy trophy. And I'm going to be cutting real quick because that was me researching what that was. That's for killing 3 Big Daddies without dying. It's a silver trophy. And one thing that I questioned was I only killed 2 Big Daddies in here, but it unlocked. I figured out why that was the case. In my original recording, I didn't. I believe it is counting the Big Daddy that we actually ended up fighting down inside of
without using that research
Ryan
camera,
Amusements.
we can't get to Gracie, and that means we're stuck here. Get one of those big apes on film, then work him over.
I know. Anyway, there's going to be enemies that come inside here. For some odd reason, when you go into that room specifically, there are a bunch of enemies. I don't know why. There are a lot of scripted events in this one. So, how do I deal with those? Why, bullets to the face, of course. Bullets to the face work on everything. And when bullets in the face don't work, a good shock and then beat down work as well. So, let's do that. And grab that little thing on the floor. Sometimes I question why it is. Now, with this little sister that's crying right here, in the past, in my practice file, I've actually gotten a glitch to occur when it comes to the big sister. What ends up happening is, I kill the big daddies on there, and that little sister's going to be crying, and when I pick up that little sister, suddenly the big sister comes, even though I haven't done the gathers. It won't happen in this one, and it doesn't happen in this run, unfortunately, but I can explain more about it in a bit. So, first things first, there is something right here. We have Blood and Lamb. That is the Mark Meltzer one for this area. And as you can hear, there's another Rosie there. Now, one thing the Rosies will not do is if a little sister is already out and she is crying next to a corpse of a big daddy, that Rosie will not take that little sister. I have no idea why they didn't decide to program that, because it would help prevent, you know, from that. But, oh well. I guess they didn't really think too far ahead. So, what am I doing wandering around this room? Well, what ended up happening was this is where a little fuck up ended up happening with the big sister in my second take of this place. That was, I had set up a full-on plan. I was going to trap the big sister in this. I was going to stay in this room because the big sister can't get in, and I was going to attack her from the outside as she would have spawned because there's a camera out there. Well, she ended up spawning right in this room right when I turned around with me having no way to get out. I screamed like a fucking little girl. My God, I don't think I've ever screamed that much before. So the only thing I really regret, mainly for losing for it. But let's listen to Blood and Lamb. If you want to pick it up right now past me, come on. Come on, stop beating around the bush. Pick it up. Now.
This Lamb woman's powers of manipulation are almost scary. Her people are using the girls from the surface to gather Adam from Lamb's followers. It's in the blood. And eventually they give themselves over. Like dying is an honor. I'd almost feel sorry for them if they didn't have my daughter. I'm going to find Lamb and take Cindy back one way or another.
Good luck with that. So yes, here we have another Big Daddy right here, and you can research a Big Daddy anytime you want without attacking them. Of course, one thing to keep in mind, you can only research an enemy one time. And after that, you have to kill them or hope that another one spawns. In the case of the Rosies, it's very easy for Rosies to spawn. You just have to kill one and another. It's very easy to research a fully research a Big Daddy in this area. In fact, by the end of this, as I said in the last part, I do fully research the Big Daddies. Now, the tonic you end up getting for them is Arms Race, which is a very helpful one, as it allows you to actually get more ammunition off of dead corpses, which is always helpful. So, the Brute Splicer is over this way, so pardon me, good sup. And I'm going to assume this is your cousin, my good man. What's with all the dead Rosies? I get it, Rosies are weak, but come on, they're not that weak. But we have another audio diary right here. This is Mold. This is by Stanley Poole. Stanley was hired by Augustus Sinclair, as Sinclair was hired by Ryan, to find dirt on Lamb. Stanley Poole works for the Rapture Tribune and always manages to get his case. I'm pretty sure we're going to be following through him for a little bit later. But first things first, I think we should probably do some plot-related stuff, and we have the Brute Splicer there.
There's one of those big goons now. Start your camera rolling on him, and then let him have it.
We're not going to do that just yet, Sinclair. In fact, actually, the moment you end up actually hitting the record button on him, he will instantly become aggressive to you. Normally, enemies will not attack you if they can't see you, even if you're researching them. In this case, though, it is scripted for that, so keep that in mind. what I recommend, obviously, is having the telekinesis out because there's certain other things. And I'm crawling over this way because there is a health station over here that I will be able to hack, and he will actually run towards generally when he's low on health, as a brute splicer is nothing more than a giant splicer who is British. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, they're all British. So as you can see, we have a little gift inside there, but I think we're going to be dealing with that in a little bit. What I want to do right now is I want to get a little snippy pictures of our good friend Mr. Brute Splicer there. So what I do is crawl, which still has this image of a 7-foot one man in a giant suit of armor. You know, doing that. So you don't even have to be looking at him, and here he comes. So let us take him out. So drill! As you can see, you can stun lock them really easily, and almost there. There we go. So Brute Splicer, new ability, Drill Dash, which he almost killed me. That little son of a bitch. So, mine. And now I have friends. So now the Brute Splicer ended up going down there, and he ended up dying.
Look at you, sport. A regular junior shutterbug. And it appears you've picked up a new trick from that big galoot. Now get back to the Sinclair Deluxe and just bust through that mess blocking your way.
Yeah, we're not going to be doing that in this episode, ladies and gentlemen. But we have the Drill Dash. Press the circle while holding the R2 button to do a Drill Dash. It is exactly as it sounds, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Drill Dash that the Bouncer Big Daddies can actually do. So yes, we have that move. It's actually a very fun move, but it consumes fuel like crazy. So keep that in mind. So it's highly recommended you get some of the upgrades for the drill. Which
Don't let him get me, Daddy.
I think you're fine. You can heal from anything. They really can. It's actually explained in BioShock 1 that they have basically goddamn either Wolverine's hyper healing or Hulk's goddamn healing factor. They pretty much instantly regenerate bones. They're not invincible though, so keep that in mind. But here we have another present.
Here, Father. It's yours. You are evolving fast, but your heart is getting weaker. I can keep you alive, but you must find me.
And that was a graphical glitch, ladies and gentlemen. The pulsating sort of atom veins that go around in the blur was supposed to stay there, but for some reason it stopped. One other funny glitch you can end up doing is if you instantly go and grab this new Hypnotize tonic, then it will cause the dialogue to play in there. So you have run out of plasmid slots and have to replace a plasmid. So pretty much you can store or replace plasmids inside of a gene bank and switch them out at any time you want. But obviously we're not going to be doing that, so we have new plasmid, Hypnotize. Confuse your foes into attacking each other. Hypnotize was changed from how it was in the last game. Last game we had the Enrage tonic, which did that. Well, in this game, Hypnotize was changed a bit to coincide with its new level up system for plasmids. Level 1 will basically act as Enrage. Level 2 will act if you charge it up, because there is a new charge ability here, and I will show it off in the next level, actually. That will allow you to befriend a person when you have the level 2. Level 3 will allow you to befriend Brute Splicers as well as Big Daddies here, cause. So the Hypnotized Big Daddy plasmid is gone, but it's still in the game in the sense of you have to just upgrade Hypnotize. Hypnotize is probably going to be one of the only plasmids I get to a level 3 in this game, which is a trophy all of its own. But I think we should probably go and do some research, because I have a feeling there's a lovely dancing couple here. Just having fun, so let's blow off their faces like this. And don't worry, we're going to get your Snippy Snips too, and then he's dead. Yay! So, grab the alcohol, and that was vitamins. Oh no, that was cure-all and vitamins. I thought that was alcohol. Daddy was afraid he was gonna get drunk. Don't worry, I don't. But there is another reason to come in here. In fact, there are two reasons. There's an audio diary in here, and once you go through here, there is a power to the people station. So, I think we should upgrade our drill fuel efficiency, if this is the one I go for. Or is it? Yes, it is! The drill fuel efficiency. So now, basically, we can actually stun lock. If you have full drill fuel, you can stun lock a Rosie. and actually kill it with that stun lock. But anyway, guys, I'm actually going to end it off right here. This has been Roxas1359. Next time, we're going to continue more with it. But before we end off, let's grab Closing the Limbo Room, which is by Grace Holloway, about Andrew Ryan closing down the Limbo Room, leaving her penniless because she had songs that were against Andrew Ryan. See you guys next time.